The moment I hope you have all been waiting for. You might have never been waiting for this video in this moment, but I am here to give it to you, and this is how I manifested my dream perfect love of my life, relationship, and marriage. I'm a big, firm believer in the law of attraction, and I was hesitant to make this video for a long time, even though it's been highly requested. Honestly, because I don't believe in manifesting a specific person. I mean, if that was possible, I'm sure hundreds of people would have manifested Harry Styles or Timothy Chalamet or whoever else, you know, it is. But I believe in this world we all have free will, meaning just because you want to manifest a specific person in your life doesn't mean they would want to manifest that back. That's just the harsh reality, the truth of life. But I do believe we can manifest. I'm less about manifesting physical things. I mean, I do, you know, but I feel like it's more about manifesting feelings and desires, where I feel like you absolutely can manifest love into your life or relationships. So starting from a little before I met Noah, I have had my fair share of unhealthy, toxic relationships or just bad relationships. I was someone that jumped from relationship to relationship to relationship. My mom would always say, like, Lindsay, why don't you spend some time with yourself? And I would always just jump from person to person because I was just seeking love. I firmly believe that I have daddy and mommy issues, and I think that was definitely part of it. I just wanted to feel loved. Now, some of the guys I dated were not bad guys. They were good people, but they were not good for me. There's a difference, right? And then I also have dated someone that was quite abusive, that was very physically violent with me. So I've been through it all. And of course, I've had my fair share of F-boys, you know, the guys that called me at 2 a.m. and asked me to bring in McDonald's and just wanted me to, you know, had that too. I just was going from relationship to relationship to relationship. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know who I was. I was just searching for love. And I remember at the end of that relationship, I was sitting by myself and I out loud said, I am done accepting less than I deserve in a relationship. I was saying, I refuse to be with anyone that is not worthy of the love that I know I deserve and that I know I can give back. And I think because I put that demand out into the universe, and it was a full it was a full, like, this is what I want, the universe took note. But after that moment, I decided it is time for me to take a break from relationships and focus on myself. And I think this is the most important part, because you have like attracts like. We attract what we give off. This is psychologically proven. You know, I watched a doctor talk about this who on Tik Tok the other day, and he was saying how he doesn't believe in the law of attraction technically, but if you put it into psychological words, that he does believe in it. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But he was basically saying that it is proven that if you're only thinking about negative things, your subconscious seeks out more negativity. So I truly believe if we want, you know, romantic relationships, friendships, anything like that to be filled with love, kindness, open communication, and trust and happiness, then we also have to find a way to give that to someone else, because that is a fair partnership. But I knew at the end of that last relationship that I was just simply not ready, and that I needed to take some advice from my mother, and I needed to spend some time with myself. And I did. I went to Vegas for the first time with some friends. I did like normal adult stuff. I was never someone who really like had my like that fun party phase you have in college, because I had dropped out, and I started going out some and just being a 21-year-old and just living my life. Or was I 22? 21, 22. I started just being a human, and I had so much fun. I focused on myself. I focused so much on my YouTube channel. That was back in my cringy lifestyle days. Whatever, it paid the bills. And I was just really happy, and I, you know, wholeheartedly went in on my vision boards, all about just the life I wanted to build. And I started reading all my self-help books and really focusing on myself. That was my era of the How to Be a Badass book. That changed my life. Please read it. I was going all in on myself. Another one of my goals was that I wanted to move out of my home state of Georgia. I wanted to move somewhere else. So I started applying to jobs all over the freaking country. And it just so happens that I got a call back from a job in Columbus, Ohio. I had never really heard of Columbus, Ohio. I had no idea what was there. But I got offered basically a job to run another company's social media since I was doing like YouTube and everything. Basically, I was given like a trial period where we would see how it went and how, you know, how I ran their social media, and then at the end of it they would either offer me a job or they would not. So my dad helped me pack up all of my stuff, and I just took a leap of faith and I moved to Columbus freaking Ohio in the Midwest, where it was very gloomy. There wasn't a lot of sunshine, but everyone in the Midwest was so freaking nice that I loved them so much. Everyone I met in the Midwest was just friendly as heck, and I could understand why people love the Midwest, because even though it's not as sunny as Georgia was, the people are just so freaking kind. But I got there and I had a little bit of a hard time. I started the job, and within 2 weeks, we realized it was not a good fit. It was a really big company. If I told you, I just don't want to say the name because I don't know if I could get in any trouble. But honestly, they were just not super nice, and I'm a very sensitive, overly sensitive person. I actually used to work at a hotel, and I would cry almost every single time someone would complain. It's so bad. It's a bad quality that I need to work on. I'll work on it later. But I was not a good fit. I could not take the criticism. I'm so grateful that I get to be a YouTuber where I get criticism and can cry in private. Anyways, so I ended up not getting the job, and I remember thinking, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? But my YouTube at this time was making me enough where I didn't really need the other job. It was just like a little bit of cushion. I was making so YouTube at the time was making me enough to survive. I just wasn't like, I couldn't live a lavish lifestyle, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stick it out. I've already got this lease. I'm gonna just live here in Columbus, Ohio. I'm gonna work really hard on my YouTube channel, you know, try living in a new state, and if at the end of it, you know, I don't like it, I'll move somewhere else or I'll find another job, whatever. However, I'd been there for about 6 months, and I was kind of lonely, and I was getting to the point where I was thinking maybe I should go back home. I just didn't know what to do. I called my mom on my birthday because I spent my birthday alone, and my mom had ordered me a pizza to my apartment, which was really nice. It's sad because if you didn't know, my mom did just pass, so it's like sad thinking about those things, but not gonna cry. I called my mom and I was telling her how lonely I was. I remember she was like, Lindsay, I am so proud of you. You're doing something so big. You're out on your own. Like, just give it time. You've got to put yourself out there and make your friends. You've got to meet people. You got to go places. And so I was like, you know what? You're right. And I was college aged. I just wasn't in college. So I decided to start going to college bars and see if I could meet people around my age that seemed safe. So I started hanging out on the college campus, at coffee shops and the bars and all of that stuff. And luckily, I did meet some friends. I met this wonderful girl who might watch this. Hopefully she's okay if I say her name. Justina, super sweet girl. And from there, she introduced me to a bunch of her friends, and she was so kind and started taking me out with her to all these different places. And I asked me if I wanted to go to like a college party with her one day, like an actual college party, and I almost said no, but she was like, come on, live a little, it'll be fun. So I said, sure, why not? Who do you think was hosting that college party? None other than my future husband. If you want a full video on just like how we met, the full story time, let me know and I could do that too. Maybe I'll do it with Noah. But we met that night, and I got really sick because I was not a big drinker and threw up, and he held my hair and took me to get pancakes the next morning, and honestly, the rest was history. We got engaged 6 months later, got married 2 years later, and our 3-year wedding anniversary will be in like 2 weeks. So on June 17th, and I am the happiest ever. He is truly my soulmate. He is my other half. We are meant to be together. Noah said before he met me he did not believe in soulmates, but he now, like, he does. He said he now believes in soulmates. We just work together, and he makes figuring out life and relationships and doing any hard work that comes with a marriage easy. I'm not saying every part of marriage is easy, but he makes the hard times easy. And it was not perfect. It's still not perfect. No one is perfect, but it's pretty close in my opinion. And I hate that because I know sometimes people want me to open up about all the issues we have and fights, but we don't that often, you know. There's nothing wrong if you are in a relationship where you know, fight and argue. In the beginning we did a lot more, but we were just so hell-bent on open communication and learning each other's love languages, and he was so understanding with my mental health struggles and my past, even though he comes from this perfect, wonderful family that I now consider my family. You know, it's been beautiful and amazing, and he is the love of my life, and I could not imagine my life without him. I honestly believe if you are trying to attract love in your life, it is not by writing down a person's name and putting a specific person's photo on your vision board, because while you're doing that and trying to force something, the universe could have something way better out there. And sometimes we get so tunnel vision on what we want that we don't realize that there's something better out there for us. And I think the true magic happens when you learn to love yourself wholeheartedly, where you are already whole without another person. You know, my other relationships, I wanted them to fill a void. Now I have filled the void on my own. I have, you know, while I've been married, I've been actively healing from my childhood trauma and learning to love myself fully, and then letting Noah just also love me, but doesn't mean without him I would be incomplete. Does that make sense? Like, he is my other half, but I am whole on my own. I believe that is the sweet spot. We don't manifest love by looking to manifest Harry Styles into our lives. It is by becoming the love that you want to receive, giving the love to others that you want to receive, giving yourself the love that you want to receive from other people, to the point that you don't need the love from someone else and it just comes to you effortlessly. I was literally so happy on my own for the first time, honestly, in my entire life, and was not expecting anything. I was just living my life, being single, and then walked right into that adorable college dude's dorm room. I definitely recommend writing down the qualities you're looking for in someone, what you want in a perfect relationship, or not a perfect, you know, in your relationship, and ask yourself what you would bring to the table as well. If you're wanting someone that brings you coffee in bed every morning and gives you a kiss on the forehead, what are you giving to them to give them that feeling? You know, it can't be all about us. That's what marriage is about, give and take. It is about us, not about me, not about him. It's about us together. And it would be so selfish of me to want someone in my life that would bring me coffee every single morning and a kiss on my forehead, which makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside, but me not willing to go out of my way to do something that makes him feel all warm and fuzzy inside, you see? So figure out, you know, what do you bring to the table, and know what you bring to the table. Be confident in who you are, and confident in who you are and what you bring into a relationship. When we're super, like, I hate the word desperate, but when we're super desperate and needy and just searching for love, we're gonna attract love that is also just as needy and desperate and searching. And now I'm not saying when Noah and I met that we didn't have issues. No, I had so many mommy and daddy issues. I was still healing from all of my childhood trauma, but I'd become a person that was working on myself, that was healing, that even though I knew that I had some baggage in my life, that knew what I deserved, and knew that no matter what my past was like, that I deserved love and that I could give someone so much love. Now, if you want to do other things along with this, like scripting and visualizing, why not? You know, if you want to visualize your perfect person and visualize what your relationship would look like, go for it. If you want to put certain aspects of a relationship that you want on a vision board, go for it. If you want to script out what your relationship would be like and how it would make you feel and how you treat that other person, go for it. But I think because I set my intention and said I am not accepting anything less than what I deserve, and then I became the person that I needed to be, I think that's why it happened so effortlessly, because I just trusted the universe. They say when you can learn to let something go, that it comes in the fastest. I had like a step-by-step method, I would tell you, but I believe it's going to happen, and you just gotta let it go. I've actually never seen Frozen, so I'm sure that was not the right tune to that, but anyways, I love you guys so much. I'm going to be giving away some free coffees on me, and all you have to do to enter is like this video and leave any comment down below. I love you so much, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.